Good morning, good evening, Kevin, good afternoon. We got a banger for y'all today, baby. I do this every year, and what we got for you here is my playoff predictions for the 2023 to 2024 NFL season. Be sure to stay till the very end. I think you're going to be shocked with what I pick. If y'all do enjoy me doing this at the end of every football season, on top of that, reacting to my predictions, that was kind of how I thought the teams are going to do during the season as far as how many wins they get, just drop a like on this, hit the subscribe button for me, but most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. I'll catch you in the next one. All right, we do this every year. Okay, 2023-2024 playoff predictions. I don't know if this chart thing we're using here is going to take into account seeding. I will say that. Oh, Whips is telling me it does. Okay, that's fire. Because last year I did it and my lineups were wrong because the seeding wasn't being accounted for, because lowest seed usually goes to highest seed, right? Or vice versa. Yeah, like if the Cowboys win and then the Bucks win, Bucks are going to Cowboys, I think. Something like that. So apparently it takes seeding into consideration, so that's cool. Let's start with the AFC. I always start with the AFC here. All right, so AFC is actually, so here, I'm going to tell you all at the very beginning of this, I don't think a single team is going to beat the Ravens. I don't think there's one team out there that can beat the Ravens. Like when you look at this AFC slot, if you will, or the AFC teams that made it, I just don't see like some of these teams are solid. I don't get me wrong. Dolphins, they've been doing really well. Buffalo, you got to give Buffalo credit, man. They won 5 in a row and they're kind of on a hot streak right now. So you got to give Buffalo credit. But like Steelers, no offense to Steelers fans, I can't believe you're in there. All right, some of you Steelers fans might agree with me. Like, I got a buddy who's a Steelers fan. He can't believe they made the playoffs. But I love that the Browns are in there. Texans, I mean, Steelers, I just don't. I saw a tweet the other day. It's like the Steelers have beaten the last like 5 or 6 quarterbacks, and they've been no one, right? And now they have to go and play Josh Allen, right? So we'll start with Bills Steelers here. All right, so Buffalo obviously demolished Dallas. They have looked really good. So there was a shaky mid-season there for Buffalo. But right now, I think they're firing on all cylinders right now. I think Buffalo is going to take that win against the Steelers pretty easily. I'm sorry, Steelers fans. At least you guys made it. I will be flabbergasted if the Steelers upset Buffalo in Buffalo. I will be floored if that. And I think most of the NFL community and NFL world would agree with me there. So, Chiefs, Dolphins. All right, so in my opinion, this is... Honestly, both these games, these next two are pretty close. Chiefs and Dolphins, my immediate gut reaction is Dolphins. Chiefs, I don't know what's going on with that team this year. They just don't seem to be, they're not the caliber that we're used to, right? That's what I would say. I've watched a lot of the Chiefs games, all right? I'm seeing a lot of drop passes from everyone. I'm putting Kelsey in there too. I had Kelsey on my fantasy team and he wasn't doing too hot. I ended up picking up Laporta in the middle of the season and he did better, right? You got Dolphins going to the Chiefs. And I don't know. Typically, I'd immediately lock the Chiefs here and not think twice about it. This year, I have to sit here and kind of think about it for a minute. And if I'm completely honest with y'all watching, I don't think the Chiefs are going to do it. I understand it's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, and I might eat my words here. And to be fair, the Buffalo Steelers one, that one's like a no-brainer for me. It's like, I'm picking Buffalo. Like I said, these next two are kind of tough for me. I got to go with my gut here, and my gut is that the Dolphins are going to pull out a win at Arrowhead. I understand it's at Arrowhead in January. I will say, you know what? I didn't check the weather. Hang on. Hey Siri, show me the weather in Kansas City. This will be a factor in my pick. All right, so the Kansas City game is Saturday night. Oh my gosh. Friday is going to have some snow. Saturday is going to be a high of 11 degrees. Oh my gosh. And then Sunday is going to be a high of 3. That's like... Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. The weather might have just changed it for me. I'm not exaggerating. Now that I've done some research. Like if this was a normal day, not freezing, I think I'd take Dolphins, but I'm going to be honest, that weather factor is making me pick the Chiefs. I'm going to be completely honest, and I'm going to take the Chiefs there. The reason for that Chiefs, that's their element, man. You're in Arrowhead. It is a freezing game. Those fans, I already know they're going to be panning to fans in the crowd and they're going to be shirtless out there. Like those fans are different, bro. So with that environment and with Miami being a little rocky, even though the Chiefs have been rough, I'm actually going to take Kansas City to beat Miami. Okay. Texans, Browns. This is a hard one too, if I'm completely honest with you. My heart, my gut, I want the Browns to win immediately. That is in my heart of hearts. I I want the Browns, Joe Flacco, Amari Cooper's there. All right, ex-Cowboy, one of my favorite receivers we ever had. Njoku, best tight end in the league. I will say that confidently. I think he's literally the best tight end. But then you got the Texans, man. Stroud is just dealing. Nico Collins is insane. They do have some injuries, though. That's kind of the factor that is the hardest part for me here. Houston, it's in Houston, right? So they got home field advantage as well. But they have here's what I will say. If Tank Dell is 100%, and even Noah Brown's questionable right now too, I think, as of when I'm recording this. If Noah Brown's in, Tank Dell's in, they have everyone, I'm taking the Texans. Because of the injuries, and because I also like the Browns defense, I'm actually going to take an upset here, and I'm going to go Browns defeating the Texans. That is the beginning of the AFC for me. That's how I think it's going to play out. Now let's go to NFC, and then we'll do divisional round, then conference champion, then Super Bowl. We'll go Buccaneers, Eagles first. You got Tampa and Philly. Philly is collapsing. I got to be honest, as a Cowboys fan, it is incredible to watch. I love it. I can't lie. There's like the whole stat line about ever since Serini yelled in the Kansas City Chiefs tunnel, "You like that? Chiefs fans, I can't hear you." Whatever. They're 2-5. I love watching this all happen. Hey, some of my closest friends are Eagles fans. All right, even though I'm a Cowboys fan. All right, I love watching them lose. And I'm going to be honest, Tampa, here's what I will say. If this was Tampa a couple weeks ago, I would instantly not even think twice about it, and I'd pick Tampa, because Tampa was kind of on the up and up, but right now they're kind of in a rough spot. What I mean by that is if you were watching last game, Baker was kind of, shaken up a little. Rashad White was shaken up a little. And there is some injury element going on there. Baker just doesn't seem 100% right now. Like Baker a couple weeks ago was insane, and now Baker, something just seems off. But in home at Tampa Bay, Philly is beyond struggling right now. I mean, I watched the game with Philly against the Giants, and AJ Brown went out. As of right now, I don't even know if he's playing. I'm assuming he's not. Jalen hurt his finger. There's just in my opinion, there's too much pointing against Philly to pick Philly in this game. So I'm taking Tampa Bay beating the Eagles at home. Rams Lions. These storylines, man. You gotta talk about. I mean, this is just. You got Stafford going back to Detroit to potentially knock them out. Tyler, if you're watching this, you might want to turn this off, buddy. You might want to turn this part off. Tyler's going to this game. He's getting a suite. He's going with his whole family. Lions are a very good team right now. It is great to see them in the playoffs. Home field advantage. You got Stafford coming back there. But in the last game, they lost Laporta. And I was just saying, I picked him up in fantasy. He's incredible. Laporta is such a factor. And with him not being in it, that makes me nervous for them. I think Amon-Ra is a little shaken up in that game, Tyler said. He went out for a couple plays or something and then came back. Just to be clear, I think this is going to be a very close game. I think this is going to be a nail biter, and I think this is going to go down to the wire. But in my opinion, the Rams are one of the scariest teams in the NFC right now. And the reason is because everything's clicking for them right now, right? Puka, absolute god tier pickup, right? Best wide receiver, best rookie wide receiver now. I believe he has two of them. I think it was catches and receiving yards he broke in that last game. Obviously, you have Cooper Kupp, who's shaken up a little bit at the beginning of the season, but he's cooking now. Is it Kyron Williams, man? Absolute monster of a running back, bro. So good. You got Stafford. He's dealing right now. I am actually going to take an upset here. I'm sorry, Tyler. With just the way everything kind of played out for Detroit, even though they're home at home field, with the Rams playing as good as they are, and with the Lions still playing well, but having some injuries, man. I think one of their defensive players went out too, and I think one of their linemen, they're kind of struggling with injuries. So with the Rams healthy, being as good as they are right now, and Detroit kind of injured a little bit, I'm taking the Rams upset against the Lions. I'm sorry, Tyler. All right, Cowboys Packers. Mike McCarthy's ex-team coming to AT&T Stadium. Okay. I'm an unbiased Cowboys fan in this. All right. Cowboys are going to dominate them. They're going to win this. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. All right, that's a joke. Can I click this off? I was kidding. Hang on. Let me reset my bracket really quick. Hang on. Wait, clear. Oh God. Bills, Chiefs, Browns, right? Bucks, Rams. Okay, I won't do that again. All right. Dallas Packers. This game scares me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You think back to all the games we've had. Dez caught it. Some of you might not even remember that. If you don't, you can look it up. The Packers right now, Jordan Love is dealing. He looks good. I'm scared as a Cowboys fan to play against them. I think it's Reed is this receiver, dude. He's incredible. Aaron Jones is getting healthy right now, and he's kind of cooking. And then you got that balance with, I think AJ Dillon's still in too. Their defense is clicking. Even though they're a 7 seed, they scare me. To be completely honest, I'd rather play Tampa in Tampa. Like, I'd rather go to Tampa right now and play against Tampa than play the Packers at home. I think someone tweeted to me the other day that apparently the Packers have also never lost in AT&T Stadium. But, and like I said, I'm unbiased here. I'm trying to, actually pick this like how I think it's going to happen. I do think Dallas is going to win this game. All right, we're still undefeated at home. We got a lot of momentum. Dak is different this year. I think anyone, even if you hate Dak, you can admit he's been playing some incredible football this year. All right, he said he wasn't going to throw 10 picks, and he didn't. He threw 9. He's dealing, bro. And there's a lot of just, CD right now. I said at the beginning of the season, I think he's one of the best receivers in the NFL, and he proved it. So I am taking Dallas. I understand I'm a Cowboys fan, and some of you are going to be like, come on, Tim, yeah, right, whatever. But, and just to be clear, I think this is going to be a close game. I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I think this is going to come down to the wire. I am praying we're going to be able to get the win. Because like I said, Green Bay fans, I was proved wrong. I thought you guys were going to be really bad this year, and I'll eat my own words. I was wrong about that. And they really started picking up at the right time there. And they are a scary team, but I do think we got it. Just being at home in that, I mean, we're undefeated at home this season. It'll be interesting. It'll be a fun game to watch, but I'm taking my boys. Taking the Cowboys. All right, next, let's go back to AFC. Okay, Browns-Ravens. This, unfortunately, Browns is where I think your journey comes to an end. Just to be clear, I would love to see it, but Lamar Jackson is playing out of his mind. The Ravens are the scariest team in the NFL right now. They are firing on all cylinders. Bro, they got Gus the Bus, Isaiah Likely, their backup tight end. Who would have, bro, that dude is cracked, right? And then you got even the backup running back. What's his Hill? This guy, and bro, he's insane. There's OBJ. Like, there's so many good moving parts right now for the Ravens. And obviously you have Lamar Jackson, who I think is going to win MVP this year. And I think everyone in the world is probably going to take the Ravens at home against the Browns. And if they don't, I'll be shocked. So I am taking, even against Houston, because like if Houston won, that would do that, right? Yeah. So even if it is Houston, I think the Ravens are winning no matter what. All right, Buffalo Chiefs. You got Chiefs going to Buffalo. This is where I think this ends for the Chiefs. Like I said, I'm taking the Chiefs over the Dolphins because of the weather. And being at Arrowhead, there's a lot of, atmosphere there that I think with the weather and all that, Dolphins are kind of struggling. I think they lose that. But I don't think the Chiefs, with the way they're playing right now, are going to Buffalo and beating Buffalo, especially with how Buffalo's playing. Buffalo's like kind of ramping up at the right time here. So I think Buffalo takes that one. All right, let's go NFC. Rams 49ers. This is surprisingly a hard one for me. Reason being, I would not be shocked, to be completely honest, with how the Rams are playing if the Rams go to San Francisco and beat San Fran. I would not be shocked. But there's a but here. I have to pick San Fran at home. They are, I hate to admit this, and Doc's probably sitting there like, I told you, Timmy. They are incredible. Purdy, even though I do think he's a check down machine, they just have so many good players, bro. Purdy is good. All right, I'll admit it. He's a good quarterback. I do think he checks out a lot, bro. I will say, yeah, I could lateral the ball to CMC. All right, I could lateral the ball to Debo. I could do that, but he has had some plays that have shocked me. So, but Purdy with Debo, CMC, Kittle, Ayuk, bro, that offense is insane. And the offensive line, and then the defense is cracked too, bro. And you're at home. But and just to be clear, Rams fans, I think this is going to be a close game, and I would not be shocked if I'm wrong here. And if I am wrong, I told you that I'm not shocked. Just remember that if somehow the Rams go to San Fran and beat San Fran, but I am going to say that I think San Francisco is going to win that game. All right. Now you got the Bucs coming back to Dallas. Okay. So this, in my opinion, this is an easier game for me to pick than the Packers one, to be completely honest with you. I think Dallas beats Tampa at home pretty easily. Tampa's, like I said, kind of beat up a little bit right now, at least from what I've seen. And I'm going to tell y'all, even if this is Philly coming in here, I think the boys are going to win. I like the Cowboys against Philly, and I like the Cowboys against the Buccaneers at home. Dallas, listen, okay? Watch us get first rounded. I think it's a little different this year for us, okay? We're playing really well. We're firing on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? I'm obviously a fan, but I really do think, and I think a lot of people would agree with me, that we could beat Tampa and or Philly at home. I think a lot of people. I am more nervous about the Packers fans, you can hear me admit this. I am more nervous about the Packers than I am about Eagles or Tampa. That's how I feel. So I think if we get past the Packers, which I pray we do, we could beat Tampa. I'm sorry. Yeah, we could beat Tampa or Philly at home. All right, so here we go. Conference championship. We'll go AFC first. Bills, Ravens. This is going to be a crazy game. This game's going to be insane. Buffalo, like I said, playing really well. Josh Allen. Yeah, So, I saw a meme was like Josh Allen, if he doesn't suck, it's like he's Tom Brady. But like dude, the highs and lows of Josh Allen, it's like I was watching that game against Miami. He's throwing crazy interceptions, but then he's running the ball. Like he's so versatile. But I'm sorry, Bills fans. I don't think, I said at the beginning of this video, I don't think anyone is beating the Ravens right now. I think the Ravens are going to beat Buffalo at home. I hope this is a close game, and I think it will be. There is a part of me that could see Buffalo going in and upsetting based on how these games go. Like, let's say they blow out the Steelers, they blow out the Chiefs. Maybe they got some momentum going in and they beat the Ravens. But as far as my picks go, I think the Ravens are going to win that matchup. And I got the Ravens going to the Super Bowl. Oh, here we go. Cowboys, 49ers. Just to be clear, I would love to see this play out. Just take a look at this. I would be ecstatic because this game, we're at home against the Rams. So Rams fans, I am praying that you guys go to San Fran and beat them because I would love to have a home game against the Rams. The Cowboys going to San Francisco. I'm going to be realistic. Okay. I love the Cowboys. I love my team. We had an incredible year. I believe in this team. We could win the Super Bowl. I really do mean that. But if this is the circumstance and if this is the path that we are going to the Super Bowl, San Francisco is going to beat us. I hate to admit it. That pains me. I want nothing more than the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. But if that is the path that we end up going on, and if there is any other path where we don't have to go to San Francisco, I think we could be in the Super Bowl, truly. But for us to go to San Francisco and beat them at home, I don't see it. I have to admit it. So Cowboys, if this is the path, and this is my playoff prediction right now, I think we lose there. And now you got San Francisco against Baltimore, which in my opinion, this is probably going to be the best. This is going to be one of the best games to watch. Even if Buffalo somehow does upset, this would be a good game too. Buffalo against San Fran. San Francisco. So this is going to be a good game. Niners versus Ravens, man. I hope this, I kind of hope this ends up being the Super Bowl because this, in my opinion, would be one of the funnest ones to watch because you have two incredible offenses against, I got to hand it to San Fran's defense. I think they got the Ravens a little bit defensively, but I'm going to be honest. I think if you look at explosive offensive plays right now, my gut, I am going to take the Ravens to win the Super Bowl against San Fran. I think this is going to be a hell of a game. I think this could be one of the closest games we watch all year. I think it's going to be very high scoring. I think that I want both offenses just firing on all cylinders. I want to see CMC in his prime, Debo running around. I want to see Lamar breaking tackles, extending plays, making crazy passes. I think this game could be insane, but I don't think anyone can beat the Ravens if that offense is playing the way it is. So I think the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl. This is my prediction. 2023 playoff picture. 2023 to 2024. Comment down below. Let me know if you agree with me or not. I know a lot of people are going to be asking about my picks and stuff, so be sure to share this video around and let them know that this is kind of the way I think it's going to unfold. So thanks for watching.